What's up, YouTube? Good morning. Welcome back to another Future Vision Realty YouTube video. I just want to start out by saying that lately my videos have seemed kind of preachy, kind of, you know, I guess too, well, that's just it, preachy, but educational, I guess, from experience. But I want to shake it up a little bit today and talk to you about what do you like most about real estate. For me, we're going to hit 5 points, so I'm just going to jump right into it. For those of you that are just tuning in and don't know me, my name is Sky Bowen, and me and my wife Ashley, we're a real estate team in Southern Utah. And we've had a lot of success, especially for our first not even a year together as our own brand. So yeah, here we go. First point being, what I like most about real estate is being our own company. Working for ourselves, not being under the thumb of the man, not having somebody micromanage you, not have someone push you around, tell you what to do, how to do it, when to have it done, all that stuff. Now, granted, in real estate, I think it is a good thing that we have worked for the man, because we know kind of how to self-discipline when it comes to time management and stuff like that. You just have to, and granted, we're not perfect at it, but you learn those skills of, hey, this does need to be done. The work has to be done in this amount of time, stuff like that. But I mean, it's a lot more chillax. You're not rush. Like my old job, for an example, it was a great company to work for, as far as they didn't micromanage you. Just as long as you got your job done, you were good, especially when we worked off a commission. I used to work for Budweiser, for those of you that are just tuning in and haven't seen my past videos. I used to be a Budweiser guy. So I used to be in the warehouse for 3 years, and then driving for almost 4, and I was a salesman as well. So in that company, you had to rush, get it done, and when you're done, your day's done. So I mean, that's kind of the reason why you would rush, but also you had time frames that you had to be at certain drop off points and certain stores and stuff. So anyway, it was stressful just in that aspect, not including everything else. So being our own company is a huge thing. And I know for a fact that everyone in real estate, or if you own your own company, whether it be a subcontractor or a contractor or something like that, you do appreciate that. And anyway, that's one of our huge, that's one of my favorites anyway. We'll pull Ashley into one of these videos one of these days, and we can pick her brain a little bit. But for me, that's number one. Number two, being on our own schedule. Now that we kind of went over that a little bit with being our own company, but being on your own schedule, where you can schedule out, okay, at this time, we have a showing, and then at this time we have another showing, but then, hey, let's schedule a lunch with a client or a lender, or something like that, or a potential future client. And then after that, you can go spend time with the kids for a little bit. Then we got another showing, and then we'll present an offer or whatever we got to do. But you just kind of schedule it. Granted, a lot of the time, like I covered in one of our own videos, you do kind of, especially when you're starting out, you kind of got to follow other people's schedules too. You kind of have to accommodate there just for a little while. I'm sure that it'll get better over time, but I mean, I can't be cocky right now. You know what I'm saying? And I can't just say, no, I got this. I just can't schedule you at this time. It just ain't gonna happen. So we can schedule you on Thursday at 5. Because I'm busy for the rest of the time or something like that. You just, when you're starting out, you just can't be that way. You got to just kind of go with the flow, and hopefully, you know, um, they'll respect you more for, to get you more referrals for now. Just kind of have to be more flexible when it comes to that. Um, I do respect the fact of, you know, uh, people's, perception and whatnot of being headstrong as far as, well, hey, that's not going to work for me. We can schedule you at this time on this day, stuff like that because of your own stuff that you have going on. Now, even being new, don't do not stack. Uh, don't pretty much double schedule, right? You gotta be careful about that. Don't, like, if you have a showing at 10 on Monday, you have to write that down, and you have to, make sure that you're not scheduling another client at 10 or another house to show that same client at 10 or something like that, right? So you do have to, being on your own schedule, that just it's a part of that, right? You gotta distinguish, okay, they're at this time, so and so's at this time, or we got to be at this house by this time, stuff like that. Time management really does play into that. But that is one of my favorite parts about being in real estate, is we are on our own schedule, and most of the time we kind of work around other people's schedules, but also fit our time into our schedule as well. So anyway, number 3, financially stable. Now, I'm going to just give you a little bit of a backstory about that. Me and Ashley, we both came from bad divorces, stuff like that, and we had a lot of back debt that, also stemmed from me quitting my job, going straight into real estate, stuff like that. And we've pulled out of most of it. We, we have come a long way. And part of that grind is that reward. Is just, when I say we're financially stable, by no means do I mean that we are wealthy or well off, excuse me, any of that. We're just not there yet, but we are financially, like, the boat has started to level out here, right? Because we were starting to sink there for a while. But now we're caught up. Everything's good. We actually talked with a financial advisor yesterday about, how we can get our finances organized, right? And make sure that certain funds are allocated to where they need to go. Because, we have been a little bit irresponsible, just kind of a fly by night type thing, threw the chips in the air, and wherever they land, it is what it is, which you can't do that. But we are getting there. We are learning. We are, in a safe place right now. So that's number 3. I love it. I love that about real estate. Number 4 is more time as a family. Now, when I say that's number 4, they're all just right there, right? Of importance to me. I just, I guess I didn't think about putting them all in order, right? I think they're all equally important to me in real estate. But more time as a family, that is a huge deal. Our daughter, Aaliyah, she is the only child that both of us have gotten to stay home and raise. I mean, literally, I think the closest one was my son Cruz, which I'm gonna have to do a video and introduce you to all of our 8 kids. But because we're a blended family, but yeah, we have 8 kids. And most of you guys are probably thinking, wow, you guys are nuts. And you're probably right. But you know what? We have fun and we love our family and we have fun with it. But Aaliyah, out of all of our 8 kids, she is the only one where we have been at home pretty much full time and she goes with us wherever we go. I've said this plenty of times. And for those of you that have kids, don't worry about it. I mean, if it's a listing appointment and it's a $500,000 home or, something like that, I mean, any listing appointment is important, but I just mean a lot of the time, it's more professional if you're, just there with your client, you don't have distractions, stuff like that. But at the same time, if you don't have a sitter, don't sweat it. A lot of people understand because they've either had kids or they have kids or, they have grandkids or whatever. So, I mean, and a lot of people appreciate it. I mean, we have clients all the time that love Aaliyah. They just love having her around. Old people, young people, whatever. She's like, she's our little sidekick, man. I mean, we have the only hashtag in the world that's, the realtors and the baby. And, so we just, she's our little sidekick. And I love that time with my family. Whether we're working, playing, whatever, I'm with my family, And I didn't realize how important that is, I think, until I was in real estate. Because if you're working for the man and stuff, I was always told, job first, family second, and God or whatever you believe in third, right? And so it's, I just always live by that. I always put my job before everything because I guess the ideology behind that was if you don't have a job, you're not making money, you're not doing nothing for your family. Which that's a good point, right? But at the same time, family time is important. It is important. Family is the roots of what keeps you going, and because I mean, at the end of the day, believe it or not, and this is a hard lesson that I've had to realize, and I'm sure all of you have had to realize that, yeah, good friends stay in your life, but ultimately, the only people at the end of the day that you are going to have with you, no matter what, is your family. I mean, that's bottom line. And granted, I have friends that are like family. I do. They're like my brothers, my sisters. We all just hang out and do whatever. But nothing is more important than my queen and my princes and princesses. I mean, they are the priority, and I wasn't that way for a long, long time. I was selfish, and I put things over my family, but real estate, I'll be forever grateful for getting into real estate and starting our own team together, because, more time as a family is a huge, huge deal. And like I say, I'll be forever grateful for that. Moving on to number 5, building a brand and helping people. It kind of goes hand in hand with our brand. We want to rebrand the real estate market, and that's kind of my edge. And I know I've went over this several times in a lot of my videos that, be more real with people. Don't be the sales guy that is just after another sale. You gotta, I mean, pretty much just hold people's hand through this whole endeavor that they're going through. And our brand is more personable, less business, right? Um, Now, I mean, our value is pretty standard, right? I mean, the 6%, um, and in only special cases will I ever, you know, um, resort to discounting our commission because I know our worth. And but at the same time, it's like I've said, we are pretty much rebranding the real estate market, and and just letting people know, hey, realtors are not the bad guy. We're not the person that just leaves you hanging after you go through something bad in it, right? Um, or you can't trust what we say because we say one thing and then do another. I mean, that's just not our brand. And that's just one of my favorite things about real estate is helping people, helping them understand, that we're doing you a service. We're not we're not out to get you. We're not out to get your money. We're not going to leave you hanging in a bad situation type thing. And anyways, I so those are my 5 top things that I love about real estate. I would love to hear your guys's in the comments, and maybe meet you one day and discuss it in person, right? But all right, guys. So I'm gonna end it there. I know I've went way over where I should have been, but you know me. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one.